You consider Benavidez?
We'll see. We'll see. We 100% focus on this fight, but everything is possible right now.
Well, Benavidez was sick of chasing Canelo, so he chose to do it the old-fashioned way.
You gotta be a man, right? If you got another man coming in your house, coming in your sport, whatever you want to call it, bro, and he's calling your name, he's doing the same thing you doing, he fighting, and you the guy.
Not long ago, he went up to Canelo and made fun of the way he avoided a fight.
I was willing to put up the 250 million.
I mean,
Would you negotiate down?
no less than 200.
No less than 200.
Ooh.
All right, let's get 200. Hey, y'all, we got enough people in the room. Let's get the money. But you deserve it.
I deserve it. Look,
Yes.
they always asking for a fight.
Benavidez had earlier said that Canelo is not as skilled as people think and that his best performance was after he peed.
12 knockouts. So for me, that's why I feel like I see Canelo Alvarez and I see like he's not as good as everybody thinks. Because the best one that fought Golovkin that first time was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looked so good, because he was off clenbuterol.
For as long as David Benavidez can remember, he has wanted to meet Canelo Alvarez. Throughout this chase, he has always made one thing clear. Canelo is just too scared to face him. He's running out of reasons. In many talks, Benavidez has said that people who don't want to fight him should tell him. He seems scared.
Number one, baby!
But it looks like that wasn't enough for him, and he recently felt the need to fight Canelo in person. Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez came face-to-face in an explosive confrontation that saw the two fighters engaging in a short but intense brawl.
Look, it's his weight class. 75 is his weight class, and you know he do nothing in 175. Really, no, he's not the same.
For a long time, Benavidez has said that he is better than Canelo's past opponents, which suggests that if they ever fought, it could be very rough. I face tougher opponents than you, Benavidez has said. You know I'll give you the fight of your life.
That's all I'm saying. When is he going to answer that call? Because it's his duty.
His faith in his ability to defeat Canelo is unwavering. He said, I have the skills and the power. I'm sure I can beat him. It's just a matter of time before he runs out of reasons.
The fight, like I say, if the money is right, I mean, I always fought with everybody you ask, Golovkin, everybody you mentioned me.
Canelo, known for his calm and composed demeanor, has reacted to Benavidez's taunts with a focus on his current challenges. His team has maintained that they are not avoiding the fight, arguing that Canelo is focused on other opponents and will fight Benavidez when the time is right. But for Benavidez, this is just another excuse. He knows I'll beat him. Benavidez said he's scared to lose his image.
He's not the same, but he is his weight class, the 175. And I don't really want to say what he's need to do.
However, Benavidez is not only confident that he would defeat Canelo, he even thinks that Canelo is not as skilled as many people put it during a recent interview with $1 million worth of game. David Benavidez extended his long-standing desire to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Pounds. So he's not going to be a million miles away from 200 pounds in the ring. He'll have at least a stone on Canelo. So it's a tough fight.
Benavidez, who displayed his skills in his latest fight against Alexander Gvozdyk at 175 pounds, believed that Canelo is on the lower side.
I'm not scared of nobody. I've heard everybody that's been in front of me, and Canelo's no different. And I will hurt him too, and I'll take all his belts.
His performance against Gvozdyk showed his power and technique, making a compelling case for why he deserves a shot at Canelo. Benavidez highlighted Canelo's 2018 positive test for the banned substance clenbuterol, a point of contention that continues to spark discussion within the boxing community.
He turns the opponent away now.
That is easy, Snake. Now we see Benavidez booking both
Tensions, right.
Look how comfortable
Use of
Benavidez
chopping
is.
down the physicality from both dicks.
Benavidez did not hold back during the interview, saying the best version of Canelo was fighting off drugs and that he's not as good as everybody thinks.
When the greatest Canelo came out, the one that you guys seen that fought Triple G the first time, bro, dude popped dirty for clenbuterol, bro.
This statement is a straight challenge to Canelo's legacy and accomplishments. Canelo, held to a draw by Gennady Golovkin in their first fight, had to fight to clear his name after testing positive for clenbuterol, which he claimed came from tainted meat. The controversy regarding this incident has always been there, with Benavidez and others questioning the legitimacy of Canelo's success. Well, look at this. I'm going to throw another thing at you guys. Benavidez said when the greatest Canelo came out, the one that faced Triple G the first time, dude, pooed dirty for clenbuterol, bro. Benavidez's assertion brings into question the timing and effect of Canelo's positive test.
First time was off clenbuterol. That was the best Canelo I've ever seen, and that's why he looked so good, because he was off clenbuterol.
Well, that was the best Ryan Garcia I ever seen.
He guaranteed he took it. He said that he ate meat that was tainted in Mexico.
Why do you think the second fight didn't happen right away? For me, that was the best Canelo I had ever seen, but that was Canelo beating off steroids. Benavidez's comment hints that without the aid of performance-enhancing drugs, Canelo might not be the same formidable opponent.
Why do you think the second fight didn't happen? So, for me, seeing that was the best Canelo I've ever seen. But that was Canelo off steroids. Everybody else that he's fought.
Benavidez continued to critique Canelo's past opponents, saying everybody else that he's faced Amir Khan, Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, these guys are all weak, bro, by diminishing the level of Canelo's opponents. Benavidez is positioning himself as a more formidable threat. He thinks that these fighters did not present the level of competition that he would bring to the ring. Benavidez is sure that skills and power surpass those of Canelo's recent adversaries, making a fight between them not only necessary, but inevitable.
Amir Khan, he fought Daniel Jacobs, he fought, what the f is his name, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. These guys are all weak, bro.
He further argued against Canelo's reason for the positive test. He said that he ate meat that was tainted in Mexico. I have talked to people. They say that for him to test positive off a piece of meat, he would have had to eat the whole cow. Benavidez's skepticism about Canelo's defense showed the controversy and doubt that continued to circle the incident.
Well, I've talked to people, they said for him to test positive off a piece of meat, he would have had to eat the whole cow.
Let me ask you this question though.
His remarks suggest that the tainted meat explanation is implausible, adding fuel to the fire for those who question Canelo's integrity.
Man, like I said, at the end of the day, we just want to see the best out of the best, and I want to challenge myself because I want to be the best as well. So this guy, man, I've been having the belt. I've been number one.
But now it's a time to ask for me, right? If they want me to fight them, they need to pay me.
Benavidez's constant criticism and his impressive performances in the ring may well anger Canelo to the extent that the Mexican star finally agrees to fight him. Maybe Canelo has not heard all this, and if he hears about what Benavidez had to say, it might be enough to provoke a reaction. Benavidez's plan seems to be to goad Canelo into the ring by challenging his pride and his legacy. The pressure from fans and the media only adds to the stress between the two fighters. All this time later, though, there is a taint against Canelo's good name for what happened in 2018. The cloud of suspicion will always be there for many fans and for David Benavidez. This doubt about Canelo's integrity, something Benavidez is keen to exploit by constantly bringing up the clenbuterol scandal. Benavidez keeps the debate alive and in the public eye. This strategy not only questions Canelo's past but also sets the stage for a possible showdown between the two fighters.
He brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it.
Now David Benavidez made the most of his start in the light heavyweight division, appointing Alexander Gvozdyk on Saturday night to win the interim WBC championship belt. This victory marked a big milestone in Benavidez's career, showcasing his ability to fight at a higher weight class and against seasoned opponents.
Got done watching the Jaime Munguia and Canelo fight. It was a good fight. It didn't win exactly how I expected, but hats off to both fighters.
I went up in weight, won every single round, and dominated a former world winner and an Olympian as well. Benavidez said after the fight that while his statement might have been an overstatement as the judges' scores reflected a more contested bout, it was clear that Benavidez controlled much of the fight. His aggressive approach kept Gvozdyk on the defensive, constantly backpedaling and unable to mount a consistent offense. Benavidez's record now stands at 29-0 with 24 knockouts, further cementing his status as a formidable force in the boxing world despite the challenges he faced leading up to the fight, including a re-injured hand and a cut 3 weeks before the match. Benavidez's effort was commendable.
Body shot and Gvozdyk again. the left uppercut, but then Gvozdyk able to counter with a sharp bring their country with the left of Alexander Usyk.
I had him hurt a couple of times. Benavidez noticed I wasn't throwing a lot of combinations because I re-injured my hand in the third round. I tore my right tendon for weeks before the fight, and I hurt my left hand in camp. I'm proud of myself because I also got a cut 3 weeks ago, and I pushed through and gave the fans a good fight.
Body shot and Gvozdyk again.
The fight data further highlighted Benavidez's dominance. He landed 42.8% of his punches, a high percentage that shows his precision and power. In contrast, Gvozdyk landed on just 23.3% of his punches. Benavidez's ability to land significant blows, particularly power punches, made the difference in this fight. He threw 349 power punches, landing 163, with a large number of those targeting Gvozdyk's body. By the fourth round, Benavidez was clearly in control, bullying his way into Gvozdyk's space and peppering him with flurries of combinations. Gvozdyk, though experienced, struggled to keep up with Benavidez's relentless pace despite taking a lot of early punishment. Gvozdyk never looked intimidated, a testament to his own toughness and experience. Reflecting on the fight, Gvozdyk acknowledged Benavidez's superior showing. "I obviously wish we got a different choice tonight." Gvozdyk said, "I wish I had done a little more and been more involved in the early rounds of the fight. I think the scores were pretty correct. It was a good fight, a close fight. He was better in the first half of the fight, but I think I started doing better in the second half. I'd love a repeat with him." Gvzdyk's willingness to seek a rematch goes to the competitive spirit of both fighters and the high level of respect between them. Benavidez's win at light heavyweight opens up new possibilities for his career. The fight, which saw him close as a -500 favorite at BetMGM Sportsbook, highlighted his potential in a heavier category. His combination of punching and aggression style translated well, making him a dangerous opponent for anyone in the 175 pounds class. Ever since, Benavidez has expressed a desire to continue fighting at super middleweight. "If I can go down to 168, there are big fights at 168. I want the chance, if it's Canelo or whoever. I want the opportunity to be a 4-time world champion."
I think that you will definitely stay at 175 now, or do you want to invoke your mandatory right again with Canelo Alvarez?
No, I definitely want to invoke my mandatory right. It's something I work for.
The possibility for a fight with Canelo Alvarez still remains to be a possible fight, and Benavidez has been vocal about wanting this showdown, believing it would be a big fight with major payday for both fighters. "That'd be a big fight," said Benavidez, who also mentioned he needs time off to let his hand heal. The possibility of a Benavidez-the Canelo fight has fans and experts talking, as it promises to be a high-stakes, action-packed encounter.
Fight for another world title, so I'm gonna go down to 168, win another world title, if it's with Canelo or whoever. You know, I mean, I'm ready to be 4-time world champion.
During his post-fight news conference, Benavidez shared a touching moment with his 3-year-old son, Anthony. The young boy stood on the dais throwing a bevy of combinations with fast hands, stealing the show and ending his 10-second display by stating who he wants to see step into the ring to face his father next, Canelo. This moment was not only heartwarming but also underscored Benavidez's motivation and drive to win a fight with Canelo. "He's going to be a world winner," an emotional Benavidez quipped with a loud smile. However, all this comes after Benavidez expressed his loss and interest in this Canelo fight. "To be honest with you, I did everything in my power possible to make that fight happen." David Benavidez told CBS Sports at Thursday's media day his frustration was clear as he recounted his efforts to secure a bout with Canelo Alvarez.
Winning, you know, so now my son, he's gonna be world champion soon too, so in the future, so I'm really happy.
"I beat the fighters that they told me I couldn't beat. I was no one contender for the past 3 years, but I had my hands tied despite being in a prime situation. The highly anticipated fight with Alvarez stays elusive. I did everything in my power possible to make it happen. The only reason this fight is not happening is because Canelo doesn't want it to happen, because he knows damn well that when he meets me, I'm taking all of his titles home with me." Benavidez stated that his confidence in his ability to dethrone Alvarez is obvious, and he feels he's done more than enough to earn his shot at the champion. Interestingly, Benavidez refrains from overly criticizing Alvarez for the fight's delay, even though many fans and critics accuse Alvarez of avoiding the match instead. Benavidez focuses on his own career and achievements. He believes that his actions in the ring speak louder than words. Looking ahead, Benavidez has a major opportunity lined up should he win his upcoming fights. He has already been named by Turkey Al-Sheikh, Saudi Arabia's head of the General Entertainment Authority, as the fighter who will face the winner of October's undisputed light heavyweight showdown between unbeaten champions Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. This potential matchup underscores a high regard in which Benavidez is held in the boxing world. I can't keep thinking about what Alvarez is doing and what his plan is. Benavidez said, "I have done my job, and I have done my job properly. I think it will happen, but I don't know when. I think this is too big of a fight to leave on the table like that. Everybody wants to see this fight, and I want to be in this fight too. I want to show the people that I'm the best in the world, but I don't know when that is going to happen." Reflecting on his career or goals, Benavidez mentioned that his main objective has always been to prove himself as the best in whatever weight class he competes in. "Since I was a little kid, I never had that thought in my head, like, oh, I want to face Canelo. My main goal is to become the best in whatever weight class I'm in, and I was trying to do that at 168 pounds. I tried to unify the titles, but I didn't get that chance, so I came up to 175. Now this fight is going to put me in a situation to fight for all of the titles, 175, and I'm going to continue to be a dominant force in whatever weight class one choose to fight in." Benavidez also addressed a rumor that had been spreading earlier that day, confirmed by boxing trainer Stephen "Breadman" Edwards. It was discovered that Benavidez had previously sparred with the likes of Bivol, Beterbiev, and Alexander Gvozdyk, and he had performed exceptionally well against these top-tier fighters. "I put it on all of them, and they know that too," Benavidez said firmly, "but I'm not showing any disrespect, as they are all great fighters. I know I have to come 100% prepared for each one of them because all of those guys are beasts." His past success sparring against these top boxers adds another layer of intrigue and anticipation to his future matches, despite the setbacks and delays. Benavidez stays focused on his goals. His resolve to prove himself as the best in the world is wavering, and his journey through the light heavyweight division is just starting as he continues to train and prepare for his next challenges. The boxing world watches with keen interest, eager to see if he can back up his words with acts in the ring. With all this on the table, there have been a lot of voices voicing the same view as Benavidez and boxing legend Timothy Bradley did not hold back in his latest remarks about Canelo Alvarez's choice of opponents. According to Bradley, the attention should be on who Canelo won't fight next rather than who he will. He expressed his disapproval of possible matchups against Chris Eubank Jr. or Edgar Berlanga, saying bluntly, "If he fights them, bro, come on, man." Bradley's criticism shows a wider dissatisfaction with Canelo's recent fight choices, suggesting that the champion is avoiding more challenging and deserving contenders. Bradley emphasized the importance of seeing Canelo meet David Benavidez. Benavidez, with his impressive record and place as the mandatory opponent, seemed to be the obvious choice for a high-stakes matchup. Despite this, Canelo has consistently chosen to take on other fighters, a choice that has not sat well with Bradley or many boxing fans. Bradley was particularly vocal about Canelo not giving Benavidez the chance he deserves. He called Canelo soft and accused him of holding the title hostage. Bradley did not mince words. "Wait, hold up. You're supposed to be a pound-for-pound great, but you don't want to fight this guy to prove you're a pound-for-pound great. As a winner, I have a problem with that, and I'm not going to shut up about it." He voiced this blunt criticism, which reflects Bradley's frustration with what he sees as Canelo's reluctance to face the best available competition. The analyst also drew a connection between Canelo's career trajectory and that of Floyd Mayweather. Bradley highlighted the importance of putting forth the best possible fights, suggesting that Canelo's reputation could suffer if he continues to avoid top-tier opponents like Benavidez. According to Bradley, a battle with Benavidez is what fans truly want to see rather than seeing Canelo face lesser-known or less competitive fighters. Bradley's critique expanded to Canelo's recent fights against Jermall Charlo and Jaime Munguia. He pointed out that these matchups did not provide the level of competition fans are looking for, voicing disappointment in the lack of knockouts and the predictability of these bouts. Bradley's remarks suggest that he thinks Canelo's recent fight choices have been safe and unchallenging, further underscoring his call for a high-stakes showdown with Benavidez. Canelo is soft stepping up and facing a real fighter in Benavidez, someone who has properly earned his spot, someone who wants that world championship that you have. Bradley said his call to action is clear. It is essential for Canelo to defend his title against deserving opponents to keep his status as a pound-for-pound great.
All of that, bro. And if you being Canelo Alvarez and you have any pride and your dignity in you and your skills, I don't care. I don't care. Step up and face that man, bro.
Well, do you think Canelo is ducking this fight? Share your ideas below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. See you in the next one.